The Miami Hurricane hoop season is underway, and this year's Cane squad features a dynamic duo in the backcourt with Durant Scott and Malcolm Grant, both averaging 20 points per game. Tonight, Miami faces a challenge with the visiting Eagles from North Carolina Central University. All the action next here on Fox Sports Florida. And welcome to South Florida. It's the city of Miami on a Friday night. It's a basketball night here in Coral Gables on the campus of the University of Miami at the Bank United Center. Tonight, the Miami Hurricanes host the Eagles of North Carolina Central University. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Ford along with Bob Wenzel. Good to be working with you again, Bob. Miami Hurricanes coming off a very difficult loss, a 4-point defeat on the road at number 19 Memphis, but their guards played very well, and the backcourt, at least early in the season, appears to be the strength of this team.
Well, I think it's going to be throughout the entire season, Frank. This will be the signature. The two guys in the backcourt. Durant Scott is 6'4", and what do you want from a guard? You want a guy who can take the ball to the basket. You want a guy who can power inside over smaller guards, and you want a guy who can make jump shots from the outside. He has it all. Last year, he was on the all-rookie team. Who's his partner in the backcourt? Malcolm Grant, the transfer from Villanova, has a great touch. Difficult shot on the baseline here. Here's a kind of easy one, a pull-up, and then his signature is the long three-point shot, and Malcolm Grant can drain them from deep.
Very similar season numbers so far, both right about 20 points a game and 3.5 assists, so they're getting the job done. For the North Carolina Central Eagles, well, they've got a pretty good guard as well. He's a junior, a transfer from North Carolina Greensboro, Landon Clement, and what a great start he's off to. 15 points in their opener, and Monday in an overtime loss to Oklahoma, 6 of 9 from three-point range for 22. That's the matchup tonight. It's Miami and North Carolina Central. We'll have all the action from Coral Gables as the Canes and the Eagles go at it on this Friday night. College basketball on the way here on Fox Sports Florida.
It's Weekend Doorbusters at Joseph A. Bank. Signature suits, regularly $7.95, an incredible $1.99. All signature sport coats, $1.99. Every traveler cashmere sweater, $99. And all executive dress shirts, $24. Saturday and Sunday only at Joseph A. Bank.
Sometimes the other Danas, they just don't accept me. I come up with great ideas, like know your batting stance. That was perfect. All right, I got an easy one for you guys, since you can't get any of these.
Preston Wilson.
Focus on this part right here.
Darren Erstad. I'm getting a little tired.
You're getting tired?
Yeah.
How do you think Enos Cabell feels that you don't know his batting stance? Is it my fault these guys don't know baseball?
We are Blackmore. We are Florida.
Welcome to South Florida on a Friday night. It's college basketball on Fox Sports Florida. Tonight, from Coral Gables, the Miami Hurricanes take on the Eagles of North Carolina Central. Dwayne Collins was a mainstay for the Hurricanes, Bob Wenzel, the past couple of years, but they're replacing a big man with an even bigger man.
Nearly 300 pounds, and he's averaging a double-double in his first two games. This guy's got to stay out of foul trouble, though.
Reggie Johnson will try to work inside tonight as Miami takes on North Carolina Central.
AT&T covers 97% of all Americans. Rethink possible.
Every day you face financial choices, large and small. When you make the right choices, you head in the right direction. At BB&T, we've spent more than 135 years sharing our knowledge, helping clients become more informed in all areas of their financial lives. With our checking and savings options and online and mobile banking, it's easier than ever to find the direction just right for you. Talk to us today about your banking needs and know how it feels to know more. BB&T, official bank of the ACC.
Now you know you're going to have to feed and water them.
No problem, Daddy.
For all the promises we make through life,
I'll be home by 11, sweetie.
No problem, Dad.
keeping your word is what matters most.
Don't forget to stop by and visit.
No problem, Daddy.
Your independent auto owner's insurance agent understands that. In fact, you could say,
"Thanks so much for your help."
No problem.
They were raised that way. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Sun Sports is your home for the Seminoles. Catch all the action of Noles football right here with Paul Kennedy and Keith Jones.
And the route is on!
The Noles take on the Terrapins in this crucial ACC Atlantic matchup. Sunday at 7:30 on Sun Sports.
Howard with the rejection. Lewis for three. Nice!
Magic Pacers, Saturday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Florida.
Near the shores of Biscayne Bay in Miami, Florida, more specifically the campus of the University of Miami in Coral Gables. It's college basketball. Tonight, the Miami Hurricanes taking on the Eagles of North Carolina Central. Here's a look at the starting lineups for North Carolina Central. Landon Clement, Justin Lemau, C.J. Wilkerson, Nick Chaston, and the man in the middle is Dijon Mans. The head coach for North Carolina Central is Lavelle Moten in his second season, an 8-23 record overall. He was a player at North Carolina Central, located, Bob, in Durham, North Carolina.
Third leading scorer in the history of the program.
And for the Hurricanes, the two gentlemen we talked about at the top of the telecast, Durant Scott, Malcolm Grant, DeQuan Jones, a first-time starter, and Donovan Kirk taking over for Adrian Thomas, who will come off the bench tonight, and Reggie Johnson in the middle. Frank Haith in his seventh season at Miami with a record of 109 and 87. I know, Bob, you're very anxious to see what Donovan Kirk, the 6'9", redshirt freshman out of Detroit, Michigan, can bring to this team.
I really am, and I think they're pleased that he has a pretty good outside shot as a four-man. He can get by four-man. You can see he's jumping center right here, so he does have some athletic prowess. And so far, he's done one good thing right, huh?
Wins the tip to Reggie Johnson, and the Hurricanes have the first possession.
2-3 zone on the part of the Eagles.
Durant Scott to DeQuan Jones, who played only 8 minutes Monday night against Memphis. Scott penetrates. The leaner from 14 is short. And Lemau comes away with the rebound.
For those of you who are out there who don't know a lot about North Carolina Central, they are a team that is in the transition period from Division II to Division I, but don't let that fool you. They went to overtime with Oklahoma in their last game and almost beat that Big 12 school on the road.
Wilkerson on the penetration, kicks it to Clement for the shot, no good. Clement misses his first of the night. He was 6 of 9 from 3 against Oklahoma, and that's what kept North Carolina Central in the lead for 28 consecutive minutes in that game. DeQuan Jones for a three. First points of the night to the Hurricanes. Lemau on the penetration, blocked by Reggie Johnson. Durant Scott racing to the front court. Had it poked away from behind by Lemau, who cannot save it in.
If Justin Lemau is a little bit familiar name to those of us who live in the state of Florida, he played at the University of South Florida and then transferred here to North Carolina Central, getting a lot more minutes. Wasn't really a big part of South Florida's team, but very, very happy at North Carolina Central.
Donovan Kirk with the inbound, had it slapped away, and it's stolen by the Eagles. Dijon Mans came up with the loose ball. Lemau takes it all the way in, misses. Reggie Johnson fumbled the rebound out of bounds, and it'll belong to North Carolina Central.
You know, you talk about some transfers like Lemau, and of course Malcolm Grant's a transfer. You told me that you saw those two guys exchanging. They were competitors in the Big East Conference when Malcolm was at Villanova.
Exactly, so you had to figure they crossed paths at some point early in their college basketball careers. The Eagles have missed their first 3 shots tonight. It's 3-0 Miami. Nick Chasten with the baseline jumper, and Reggie Johnson pulls down the rebound.
You know, Reggie has 300 pounds, gets rebounds outside of his area. He's not just a standstill guy. He's got pretty good feet for a guy his size. Lost about 50 pounds since he came here.
Daquan Jones to the baseline. Reverse hit the bottom of the rim, but Reggie Johnson cleans it up.
Quick hands, huh? Quick hands. That ball came off the rim. He was right there.
5-0 Hurricanes. Clement penetrates, dishes off now to Limau. Limau in the paint, had it slapped away, but we have a whistle and a foul against the Hurricanes.
You know, a big guy takes up space, but watch the hands right here on number 42, Reggie Johnson. The miss, watch his hands. He's got them up, so he doesn't have to bring them down from his knees all the way up. Very good preparation by Reggie. Extremely important player for this team.
Wilkerson, pump fake doesn't work against Scott, who stayed on his feet. Clement for three, swish.
That's his thing. Interesting story. He was a pretty good player for UNC Greensboro and then transferred. He's from Raleigh, transferred to North Carolina Central and has been a very, very pleasant surprise.
Donovan Kirk into the paint. Little half hook misses. There's Reggie Johnson once again. He had it partially blocked, tipped in by Kirk.
Well, they're going to get it done on the offensive boards. They had 23 offensive rebounds against Memphis. That is a very athletic team, so you would expect that kind of production in a game like this as well.
I thought it was Kirk. The official scorer said Daquan Jones got credit for the basket, so we'll give it to DQ. That's 7-3 Hurricanes. Long jumper by Limau.
Full court pressure right here by the Eagles. The zone variety. Trying to keep the guards in the backcourt away from the play.
Reggie Johnson off the pass from Jones with the pump fake and drew a foul. He'll shoot two. The last basket by Limau, by the way, was a 2 just inside the arc.
Landon Clement, measure it. You're going to see a lot of this tonight. He will launch as long as he's in bounds. And to counteract the outside shooting, white shirts all over the glass. That's going to be his strength. You know, we talk about the guards, Frank, but I think that Miami is a team who can get after it on the offensive glass if they put their mind to it.
Well, they had 23 offensive rebounds at Memphis on Monday night. There's another one by Daquan Jones. Miami has a fresh shot clock. Leading at 8-5. Malcolm Grant for three. If it's three, it's me.
He's got some range, I can tell you that. The two little guys going after one another right here. Justin Limau is very, very quick.
This is C.J. Wilkerson, who had 13 points when North Carolina Central played here in Coral Gables last year. And Miami posted a 30-point win, but North Carolina Central feels that they're a lot better than they were last year, and that game at Oklahoma Monday night seemed to prove it.
I agree.
There's a reach-in foul going against Reggie Johnson.
Hurricane foul number 42, Reggie Johnson is first.
That's the first on Reggie. He's been in foul trouble the last 2 games early.
Well, this is deep. Out near the U, about 6 or 7 feet past the college line. That would have been an easy NBA three-pointer.
Donovan Kirk out of the game. Adrian Thomas, the graduate student, 6th-year player, granted a 6th year of eligibility, missed basically 2 full seasons with injuries early in his career here at Miami, and now making his 99th appearance as a Hurricane.
Frank told us today at practice that he would prefer to bring Adrian off the bench as a three-point shooter to ignite the offense a little bit. As a starter, he's not quite as comfortable.
Dijon Mans with the layup off some nice penetration. And North Carolina Central showing pressure. Grant breaks the pressure. Daquan Jones into the paint. Little short jumper won't go. Rebound tapped outside to Limau. Justin Limau off to Clement. Back to Limau. They'll fire from 3. Malcolm Grant with the rebound for the Hurricanes, who lead it 11-7. Grant into the paint, and he drew a foul. Non-shooting foul. It'll just be Miami's ball on the side with 15-18 left to go in the first half. It's 11-7 Miami.
One tribe, y'all. One tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We are one people.
When you
choose Pepsi, you support the Pepsi Refresh Project, which is giving away millions of dollars to refresh communities across America. So choose Pepsi.
One tribe, y'all.
Every Pepsi refreshes the world.
One people.
These days, we're all too busy to shop around town searching for low prices. So Food Lion makes saving easy with more ways to save. We have thousands of MVP specials, buy one, get one free offers, value price Food Lion brands, special coupons, and more. Food Lion makes it easy to shop and even easier to save. Why do we work so hard to save you money? Because you work so hard to earn it.
Toyotathon is back. With over 30 years of great deals, everyone's going. You'll never know who you'll see.
Hey, Chuck.
Jim?
Ryan?
Lou Ferrigno? Are you going to get this in green?
Our biggest event of the year won't last long. Hurry in today. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2011 Tundra and make no payments for 3 months, or lease a new 2011 Tundra Double Cab for $289 a month. Plus, get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance. Toyota.
Sun Sports is your home for the Seminoles.
And the route is on!
Catch all the action of Noles football right here with Paul Kennedy and Keith Jones. Primetime Noles, Sunday nights on Sun Sports.
College Hoops on Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by BB&T, official bank of the ACC. By Pepsi, refresh everything. And by AT&T. Frank Fork along with Bob Wetzel here at the Bank United Center in Coral Gables as the Miami Hurricanes at 1-1 take on North Carolina Central at 1-1. Both teams won their openers. Miami against Jacksonville. North Carolina Central against Johnson and Wales College of Charlotte. And then the Hurricanes on Monday night lost at Memphis, ranked number 19th in that huge day of college basketball, while North Carolina Central went to Oklahoma and took the Sooners to overtime. And talking to Frank Haith today, I asked him, did that get your attention? He said, well, they had our attention already.
Well, he hopes it gets his players' attention, and it has. They have not come out flat at all. They're playing this game with good intensity level. I am impressed with the coaching of North Carolina Central. They are doing a good job. They are pressing whenever they can, and here you can see the result.
Justin Lemau off the steal, lays it in for two. A poor pass by Reggie Johnson leads to a fast break layup.
Now notice this kind of pressure. That's a travel. This kind of pressure takes Scott and Grant out of it because they're handling the ball in the backcourt. Right here, that pass was so high. Right here, they try to throw a long pass cross court, and Lemau intercepts very easily. Very tough pass to throw cross court away from your basket. Scott almost gets this.
Ryan Brown, the freshman on the court for Miami, and that's an illegal screen.
Number 35 of the Eagles. That's Nick Chaston.
Nick Chaston called for the foul, his first. Quick facts on North Carolina Central, as I said, located in Durham, founded 100 years ago. You see the enrollment, and they are a independent/MEAC member. They'll be a full-time member, Bob, of the MEAC next year.
Indeed. And the most famous basketball player to ever play at North Carolina Central is Sam Jones, who won 10 NBA championships.
There's the
with
lob
the Celtics.
For the freshman. Ryan Brown gets his first basket. Lemau on the penetration, off to Wilkerson. Nick Chaston. Chaston with the pull-up jumper short. And Adrian Thomas comes away with it. He's fouled as he tried to head up court, and that may be a second foul in a minute on Nick Chaston.
Well, when you got athletes, what do? Throw lob passes to them. That's always a good thing to do. And right here, Durand Scott is a guy who sees the floor very, very well. And, of course, trying to get everybody involved. Brown, one of the freshmen, heralded class. Durand Scott is a very, very solid player.
Garius Adams, number 25, also in for Miami, along with number 45, Julian Gamble.
Well, Gamble and Johnson give them a formidable size in the paint.
Durand Scott takes a hard fall. Michael Glasker picks up the foul, his first. And 5 team fouls on the Eagles.
Well, size is an advantage in this game, certainly for the University of Miami. They can come with big guys at the 4 and 5 position. There are only 2 players really on Central's team that have any kind of size.
Ryan Brown loads up a three, too long, and Clement comes down with the rebound. 13-9 Miami here in the early going. Michael Glasker, number 1, seeing his first action of the year for the North Carolina Central Eagles.
He's listed at 5'7". He looks smaller than that.
And a whistle away from the ball. Offensive foul. They'll go on David Best, number 13, his first 16th foul on North Carolina Central.
Frequent substitutions on the part of Frank Haith here. That does a couple of things. Number one, it maintains the intensity of your defense, which is what he is very, very much into. It also gets guys sweating in the first half that he might be using in the second half. Building depth is an important part of the beginning of the season for every team.
Gamble in a high post off to Brown. Now Adams and Gamble again.
Gamble likes to pass.
Grant had it slapped away by Best and stolen by Clement. Clement off to Wilkerson, who fires a three and hits. C.J. Wilkerson. And it's a 1-point lead for the Miami Hurricanes. Grant, Thomas, Adams, Gamble, and Brown on the court for Miami. Malcolm Grant.
This is his own defense, but it's very aggressive. When there's opportunity for double teams, they do it.
Brown left alone, fires the triple and hits. Ryan Brown now has 5.
Nice addition for a freshman. Nice when you can come in off the bench with shooters like Brown and Adrian Thomas.
He corrected it. Was a long 2. That looked like a walk by Best, but he got away with it. And a foul in the backcourt against Wilkerson. Well, it's a 15-12 lead for the Hurricanes. Ryan Brown has 4 points. The freshman out of Hinesville, Georgia. Reggie Johnson back in for the Canes, and Julian Gamble will take a rest.
I like that rotation with the 2 big guys, Gamble and Reggie Johnson. They can have 10 fouls between them. It gives a lot of beef, a lot of inside interior defense. And of course, with the departure of Dwayne Collins from Miami, very important position right now, and I think the 2 of them will man it well.
And if Frank Haith has to go even deeper, he has the freshman Rafael Akpajori, who's played a bit this season, both against Jacksonville and Memphis. Already the bonus for the Hurricanes. In the 1-and-1, Ryan Brown hits the first.
Yeah, but Rafael is only 229 compared to the other 2 guys. He's given away about 30 or 40 fouls to both of them.
Ryan Brown has the last 5 Miami points.
Yeah, this guy really could be a very, very important player as a 2 or a 3 in their system. Can substitute at both spots. Has a very, very good-looking shot against zone teams that they will play in the conference. Probably get more minutes.
First time he's been to the free throw line this season, and he knocks them both down. Wilkerson for the Eagles. Clement trying to drive on Adrian Thomas. The fadeaway jumper rattles in. 5 for Landon Clement, and it's back to a 3-point game.
Landon is a scorer. And right there you saw he is not just a 3-point shooter. Gets it to the lane, a little off balance, but his upper body was square to the hoop.
Darius Adams lock and load on a 3, won't go. Kept alive by Thomas. Now Grant to Adrian Thomas. Ryan Brown with another triple, hits it. His first 3.
This kid is not shy, I can tell you that.
9 points for Ryan Brown, microwaving it off the bench for Miami. 2014 Hurricanes. Clement trying to answer with a 3. Long rebound to Malcolm Grant. Grant way outside. Kind of a wild shot, but Miami will rescue Adrian Thomas for 3.
That is his thing. The 6th-year senior knocks one in from deep. Led the ACC last year in 3-point percentage with 42%. He got the radar.
And just like that, Miami back on top 23-14, a 9-point lead, 13 second chance points, Bob.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 3-point shots are starting to rain down right here. He's practically out of bounds on this one. If he had size 16, that would have been negated. Fortunately, he's only 14.
Adrian Thomas had 16 to lead the Hurricanes in the win last year against North Carolina Central. Now, at Memphis on Monday night, he went scoreless, which snapped a streak of 12 consecutive games with a 3-pointer, so he's back on track. Adrian Thomas, as I mentioned, his 99th career game. He is a graduate student, won the ACC Spirit and Courage Award. He had a serious knee injury his second year here, and then an abdominal injury his third year. We're going to have a halftime feature on Adrian Thomas, so stay tuned with that. Nice story by a guy who stuck around here in Coral Gables.
Great kid, and of course, not often does a guy have the opportunity to be at a place for 6 years. And of course, I know it took you 6 years to graduate from college, Frank. But
well, actually, I was on the 7-year plan, Bob, with Syracuse. There's a reach-in foul on Ryan Brown. And we have a timeout on the court. Under 11 minutes to go first half. Hurricanes lead at 23-14.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it. Because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
Moby Dick.
Searching for Moby Dick.
AT&T and BlackBerry have teamed up to evolve the smartphone. AT&T. Rethink possible.
This week, it's the Pep Boys Holiday Travel Event. Get a Castrol GTX do-it-yourself oil change for only $16.99. That's 5 quarts of Castrol GTX and Purelator filter for just $16.99. Now through Sunday, get a head start on holiday shopping. Get Black Friday prices on great gifts for everyone on your list.
When the light comes on, just come in. Pep Boys does everything for less.
Every curve, every contour, every hair. Philips Norelco's new Sensa-Touch 3D. Our most advanced shave yet.
Welcome back to Coral Gables here on Fox Sports Florida as Miami Hurricanes take on North Carolina Central tonight. Here's our Toyota trivia question. Who is the only player to lead the NCAA, the ABA, and the NBA in scoring? And I think Bob Wenzel's all over this one.
I don't know. Does anybody win a car that gets us right?
I don't know, but okay. I think I've got this one. North Carolina Central to inbound it. Nick Chaston gets it out to Justin Lemo. Will set up the offense. Miami on a 10-2 run with 10:50 left to go here in the first half.
And a lot of it has come from three-point shooting.
Miami 4 of 7 from outside the arc so far in this one. C.J. Wilkerson on the penetration and the flush.
Great play after a timeout. Central spread the floor, extended Miami's defense. Miami only has one guard in the game with any experience in Grant. Scott is sitting on the bench right now, so they spread him out and took him off the dribble.
Daquan Jones off to Grant. Reggie Johnson on the baseline. Daquan Jones penetrates into the paint. Running shot way off the mark. And Jones fouls on the rebound.
Well, C.J. Wilkerson was thought of by many as one